Hi, I'm Erik Voss, and this unending wait period between Avengers movies has been a sort of year of magical thinking for people like me. Surely not all of the people who ate it in Infinity War are gonna stay dead, right? We've even been getting more and more clues that probably won't be the case. One character I want to focus on is Vision. His death by the hands of Thanos at the end of Infinity War was one of the most visceral ones. In many ways, the whole goal of this movie for the Avengers was to protect Vision's life. The whole defense of Wakanda from Thanos' forces was really a stalling game. So to see them fail like that, for Vision to be looking Thanos in the eyes, hopeless, as the Mad Titan's eye line is instead directed upwards at the last Infinity Stone wedged up in Vision's forehead, and then for Thanos to pry his fingers into him and rip it out like a kid yanking a prized toy out of a box of Fruit Loops, it hurts. But is there any chance that this didn't mess up Vision as much as it appears to? Could he still be alive? Well, let's look back at how Vision was created, because he's kind of an android not unlike Nebula, and you could definitely take apart that Tinker toy a whole bunch without killing her. I'm sorry, Nebula, I know it wasn't exactly a massage for you. In Age of Ultron, Vision was a product of a few different ingredients. First, Ultron. Ultron wanted to build a new android body for himself, but he got interrupted during that process. So Vision's body is a mix of vibranium atoms and living human tissue. But when Tony Stark and Bruce Banner got their hands on this android body, they replaced Ultron's interface with that of Jarvis. So Vision has the knowledge, the insight, the general peaceful nature of Tony Stark's AI buddy, along with Paul Bettany's silky smooth voice. But the third component, and arguably the most important, is the Mind Stone. That magical god rock is the special sauce that makes Vision possible. The stone contains a cosmic supreme artificial intelligence that powers the whole operation. Now, the question posed in Infinity War was, is there a way to extract Vision's Mind Stone without killing him? How vital of an organ is it? When they brought Vision to Wakanda, Shuri seemed to figure out a way forward.
The structure is polymorphic.
Right, we had to attach each neuron non-sequentially.
Why didn't you just reprogram the synapses to work collectively?
Because we didn't think of it?
I don't know what that mumbo jumbo means, other than Shuri is wicked smart. Shuri says she can handle this procedure, and this is basically how it works. She would reconnect all of Vision's neurons, those are nerve cells that cause your nervous system to work, reconnect it in a way to bypass the Infinity Stone, so that instead of the neurons deriving their electrical signals from the stone, these vibranium-infused nerve cells can be reprogrammed to respond to their own electrical signals. Because these nerve cells are infused with vibranium, they can be reprogrammed the way vibranium atoms are to respond to their own electrical current, the way that Shuri programs all of her vibranium particled suits to respond to each other. Black Panther's suit doesn't need a central Infinity Stone power source. Vibranium's just basically magic. You can have it morph into whatever you want it to, including, Shuri hopes, an independent body for Vision to live in. So in order to do this, Shuri would have to detach the synapses one by one that Banner and Stark connected to the stone in Age of Ultron. And she warned this would take a while because we're talking about over 2 trillion total neurons being affected by this. So actually in this scene, you can see her Kimoyo beads projected a hologram of the Mind Stone with 8 main artery-like neuron threads stemming out from the stone. You can actually see those same 8 stems later when Shuri is operating on Vision using remote lasers to sever these connections and reattach them. In her holo display, you can make out little strands on her fingers, as if she's a spider reaching into a web and reconnecting the strands of the web to each other. Later, during the battle, Corvus Glaive breaks into the lab. And if you look closely, you can see that Shuri has made some progress. The stone now has only 6 neuron stems. She rushes her work further in this panic, and she detaches a few more main stems, leaving only 2 remaining by the time she swipes the file closed and fires back at Corvus. So that means the stone is still connected to Vision when he leaves the lab, but only 25% so. So that might explain why he seems to lose the ability to phase shift when he's outside. You know how in the past he could become a projection and have attacks pass through him? Doesn't look like he can do that anymore. But this is what brings us to the question, what part of Vision is really Vision? It's kind of like that age-old question of what part of your body contains your soul? Is it your brain? Or your heart? I know mine's in my tummy. Eating burrito bowls is kind of a religious experience. But what if Vision isn't the android body, or even Jarvis, despite having his voice and personality, but what if Vision is contained in the Mind Stone itself? And it was crucial for Shuri not to complete her detachment surgery, and for Thanos to be able to rewind time and reassemble the Mind Stone after Wanda shattered it. Because this is actually Vision's soul. When Thanos plucked that thing out, Vision turned gray and lifeless, and we assumed that he had died, but maybe instead of his death, we were actually witnessing his soul transferring from his android body party to Thanos' gauntlet. Now, if you look all over the internet, you can find some theories out there that the Mind Stone is the secret evil mastermind behind all of these events. Like it's a stone that Thanos had before the other ones and it manipulated all the Avengers against each other. Hell, if you really want to dig into this, you can find some people saying that Doctor Strange knew all this and gave Thanos the Time Stone so that he could save the Mind Stone and Vision's life. I don't know if I agree with all that, but I do think that more of Vision's essence is stored in that Mind Stone than we realize. Because he's not just Jarvis. It's not like Shuri and Stark can just re-upload Jarvis's interface to Vision's corpse and reboot him. It's not that simple. But earlier in Infinity War, Red Skull reminded us that the stones carry with them some mysterious wisdom. And the way Thanos confronted Gamora inside Soul World of the Soul Stone, what if Vision's presence clings to the Mind Stone as another curse, haunting Thanos from beyond the grave? Like, wouldn't it be interesting if all the stones contain these kind of spiritual curses in the form of Infinity War's victims? The Space Stone could possess Loki's ghost, the Time Stone, Doctor Strange's ghost, the Power Stone, maybe the Guardian's ghost, since, you know, they were kind of linked with it before, and the Reality Stone, maybe someone from the past of Titan that Thanos teased with the Reality Stone, like Thanos' mother Suisan or his father Alars. I know, I'm getting carried away. But the more I think about Doctor Strange's overall plan in this movie, which I've talked about at length, I just know that Thanos getting a hold of all 6 stones and them being intact is necessary. It must lead to his defeat somehow. And I think the way that the Mind Stone proved to be a more dangerous presence than a benevolent one in past Avengers movies, I think Thanos' own completed gauntlet could be exactly what does him in. Comment down below with your thoughts on this theory, on where Vision could be, and follow New Rockstars on Twitter and Instagram at New Rockstars. And for my own odd takes on life, love, and burrito bowls, follow me on Twitter and Insta at Erik Voss. And of course, subscribe to this channel, New Rockstars, for more breakdowns of everything you love. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to pry Vision's soul out of this thing. Wake up, Paul Bettany!